Screen has great color and loads of adjustment. Adaptive sync works right out of the box. No dead/stuck pixels. OSD has a lot of adjustments. Only issue I have is the backlight bleed. Screens attached are at the default 50 brightness. Of course the pictures are worst case. In the pictures I moved my mouse cursor close to where it's mostly unnoticeable since my crummy phone camera exaggerates it. I use a brightness of 30 but it's still noticeable in games. Not as much as all black screen, but still there. Would return to try another but they've been out of stock just like the 850. So I had an Acer Predator model, well that's my second monitor now. This definitely has a faster response time. I love that it's not called like a Predator as well and doesn't look silly, makes me want to buy a second one. A bit less ghosting on blur buster tests. I wasn't really sold on the 1 millisecond dips marketing but there is a slight difference. I'll be using this as my main now. Very happy with it. I mean the Predator was fine, it's just nice to have both monitors at 144Hz+ now. Close to no bleed on corners and color reproduction out of the box was fine, did make some adjustments, highly recommend. This is a great monitor for PC gaming as well as playing on the Xbox One X console. The monitor looks great and is super fast for competitive gaming. Microsoft recently released support for native 1440p as well as 120Hz. This monitor allows you to select both 1440p and 120Hz if you turn off the adaptive sync option in the monitor on screen settings. This allows you to take advantage of the fastest input delay times the monitor has to offer. With adaptive sync, FreeSync 2, on you can only select 60Hz unless you drop down to 1080p. This is because at 1440p FreeSync can only go up to 100Hz, at 1080p you can set the Xbox One X back to 120Hz. Overall I have been very impressed with how this monitor looks and plays. Everything is great and the settings are great to navigate through, would recommend to every gamer. I write this review as the former owner of 3 Asus PG279QS and 1 PG279QZ. I was drawn to this realm of the monitor market because I do not believe that 4K displays are worth it at this particular point in time. As far as I see it, the majority are a compromise as the bandwidth requirements for running 4:4:4 chroma subsampling, an extended color gamut, a refresh rate of 144Hz and beyond, and a resolution of 3840 by 2160 all at the same time will be much better served by DP1.5 or HDMI 2.1, proper HDR. Although it could be argued that achieving 144 frames at 1440p is more resource intensive than 60 frames at 2160p, I believe the experience to be the most immersive, at least until 144+ frames becomes viable at 4K. Unfortunately, based on the price to performance ratio trend of the current generation of graphics cards, NVIDIA's in specific, it is going to be a long time until that is achievable at a reasonable price. All things aside, I can state with confidence that I've found my sweet spot for monitors in the form of LG's 27GL83A-B. It has addressed all of the quality control concerns that I've experienced throughout my quest of trying to obtain a high refresh rate, 1440p IPS type display. Seeing as this is an LG product, the monitor can rightfully be referred to as having an IPS, in plane switching, panel, as this is their proprietary term for the technology that produces the wider color gamut and viewing angles. I did not buy this display because I am a hardcore gamer, I bought it. My purchase was based solely on the off chance of LG producing a monitor where quality control wasn't an afterthought. Now that it has finally arrived, I am proud to report that this monitor delivers. The display has zero backlight bleed and excellent uniformity, contrast, and response time. White uniformity is even across the entirety of the screen while the factory calibrated colors appear accurate even next to my calibrated Dell. Click link in description for more reviews.